This video is brought to you by...
Welcome to Junkie Monkeys. This is Kyle Hebert, the voice of the narrator from Dragon Ball Z. Let's pop culture it up, dude.
So the king of narration, or you could say the Ox King of narration, terrible pun, I know. How excited are you to get back into recording Dragon Ball characters once Funimation acquires the rights to dub DBS?
Yeah, that'll be pretty awesome because we're all chomping at the bit to get to return to these characters we've been voicing for years. Chris Sabat, the director, and also Vegeta and Piccolo and everything, he's like, that's the easiest gig because when you guys know your characters, it's like I can put it on autopilot and I know that everyone's going to bring their A game because we're close to these characters. We've done them for so many years. And I know the fans are chomping at the bit. We're chomping at the bit. We're just, we hope it'll happen. It's probably a question of when, more so than if, because Dragon Ball is such a solid franchise. Obviously, the box office numbers from the past two theatrical films, especially for a limited anime movie to come out and be number 5, you know, it's like, wow, that's really impressive. And then sold out screenings, getting more screenings. They sold well in Japan and here. Clearly, people, whether they grow up or new fans or whatever, it's still something that resonates, and I think it's here for a long time.
That's awesome, man. So, Dragon Ball Super can go pretty much anywhere now. Like, the story's still being written. Are there any characters you would like to see return that you may want to voice, or any new characters that you're aware of in the series that you may also want to voice?
I haven't actually watched the show in Japanese, so it's going to be, you know, whenever we get around to recording it, it's going to be like my first exposure to what's going on, so I don't know about new characters. All I know is I'm anxious for Gohan to not only come back, but go in a different direction than GT. Let's give him his due.
Yeah, let's see him shine like he did in his teen days when he fought Cell. Yeah,
the preteen days, the Cell days. Yeah, exactly. Let's take off the green tracksuit and let's
you know what I'd like to see return? Pikkon, man.
Pikkon would be awesome. I would love to see that return. And I never get tired of doing Ox King. I know he doesn't really seem to serve much purpose other than comedy relief, and I'm all about that because I love doing cartoonish type voices. But you know, it's just derpy macho man.
Yeah, man, macho man. Yeah,
it's like step into his Slim Jim. I never get tired of that. I could just talk like that all day. I'm just going to do all my panels this weekend as Ox King.
But when you originally tried out for Dragon Ball Z, was it originally just for the narrator and additional voices, or did you have a specific character in mind?
Back in the summer of 2000, I first went in for a general audition, and I picked up, there were 2 3-ring binders, one for male, one for female, and people in the lobby were like, all right, just pick, maybe a half a dozen or less, whatever you think you're appropriate for, and we'll call you in when we're ready. So I looked through, and I was already a fan of DBZ, so I'm like, Gohan, I know who that is. I'm definitely reading for Gohan. He's a big part. Everybody else, I had no idea how they fit into it because it's new characters, new saga, the next story arc. So the narrator wasn't actually, I didn't land that part until a few months after I'd already started recording as Gohan. So the very first stuff, I was doing bit parts for Bardock. And right after the Cell saga, there's Mr. Bourbon's gang and, Bourbon. But just kind of funny little filler arc stuff I was doing small roles for. And then after that, Gohan is in high school, and that's when they said, hey, congrats, you got the part. Like, whoa, that what? Mind blown. A couple months after that, their narrator left, and I voice matched him, and then eventually kind of made it my own. So that was funny. And then we started recording Dragon Ball, and I inherited Ox King. And then meanwhile, Otherworld Tournament shows up. Then I get Weskai and Pikkon, and then one of my favorite ones is Captain Chicken. He's in the final episode of DBZ.
Yeah,
Captain Chicken away! Kind of like Johnny Bravo.
Do the monkey with me.
Yeah, do the monkey.
Yeah, that's who should return, Captain Chicken.
Captain Chicken needs his own spin-off series. For real.
You heard him, Toei.
You know it.
So, do you have any funny Booth stories that you'd like to share?
Boo stories. Well, I did have a small character during the Boo saga.
No, Booth. Sorry.
Oh, Booth.
Yeah,
Sorry.
like while you're recording. Oh,
But I have to tell you the Boo saga.
You can tell me the Boo. Yeah, it's even better.
So I got to voice an ice cream parlor guy when Fat Boo goes into an ice cream shop, and then I get told, just come up with whatever voice you want to use. And I said, okay, we got 14 flavors of ice cream. I just turned into Forrest Gump. And it's like, hey, you gotta pay for that. You know. Yeah, but Booth stories, man, there's so much audio blackmail on the hard drives of studios all around the world. And, you know, what's funny is all fight sounds, whether it comes from men or women, sound like porn completely out of context. It's a little bit strange when you're like walking down the halls in the mixing booths and you hear like, and it's like, oh, that's a fighting scene. Okay. A little bit strange. But yeah, we don't get to rehearse. There's no rehearsal. There's none of that. So we see the script for the first time during the session. So we have to be good at cold read, good at improv, but yeah, we blow takes left and right.
Yeah.
And if it's X-rated, especially, I mean, it's saved. 99% of it never sees the light of day because, unfortunately, the Japanese companies are like, "You're making fun of our shows."
Yeah.
So it's like, we're not making fun of your shows. I promise, I swear, we're not making fun of your shows. It's just like we're in that lightning in a bottle sort of thing where we're in this little vacuum and we like, what do we do? What do we? And some of us are a little more dirty than others. Some of us start speaking in tongues. Some of us break out into song. So outtakes provide, I mean, having that sort of lighthearted atmosphere really makes recording all the more fun. It already is because of the material, the fact that we get to play different characters and sometimes creatures in these shows and games, but working with people that also have a great sense of humor and they're laid back, but they're also very professional. We do what we got to do, but we're cracking up in between takes. We'll be honest, That's awesome. It's so fun.
Are there any dream characters or franchises you would love to do voice acting for?
I would love to. It'd be cool to be Batman, but I would not want to be compared to Kevin Conroy because Kevin Conroy is the ultimate animated Batman.
He's a beast.
And all that. So through the years, I say I would die happy if I got to work on a Batman show doing something. That could be like Robber A, Cop C, and just to say I was on a Batman cartoon. Something Star Wars, Star Wars Rebels, or even voices for the movies or something, because I'm a huge Star Wars fan. The next SpongeBob, it's a character that's just not invented yet. Maybe something I could say I'm the original voice of, instead of I'm the dub voice for this character in anime. It's like, no, I'm the voice of blank. That becomes the next big thing. That would be it for me.
Well, I think they're doing the Killing Joke animated.
They are, with Kevin Conroy and Mark Hamill.
Now, you got to get that, man. Now's the time.
Man, this stuff gets recorded so far in advance. It's probably
it's probably already done.
It's probably done.
Oh, man.
I thought they're just waiting for the animation to get done. I'm just guessing. But, boy.
That's going to be pretty good, though.
Yeah, that's the one. That's all right, you done Dark Knight, that was great, but come on, let's get Killing Joke. Let's get that essential one. As a fan, I'm just dying to see that.
Oh man, yeah, same here, man.
Yeah.
What else we got? Oh, so we do have a fan question from a guy named Grieviator, and he asked, "Have you voiced anything for Dragon Ball Z Kai final chapters yet?"
Still waiting on that one too, man. Still waiting. Let's pull the trigger. Come on, let's go. Come on, let's do this. Because so far on Kai, I've gotten to be Ox King. I'm not even the narrator. And honestly, when we started recording that, I was already living in LA, and I would have to fly back to Texas, so it became a logistical nightmare. On top of it's like, I gotta fly out on my own dime. It's not really gonna work for me. Plus, I guess creatively, they said, here's an opportunity to go in a different direction with a couple of different character voices and for better or worse. You got a new Frieza, you got a new narrator, you got a new Kid Gohan, and everything. But I was told if we do Boo and we do Super, I get to come back as my Gohan. So I'm psyched about that.
Nice. At least that works out, man.
It does. Now it's just the waiting game. Yeah.
So what other projects are you working on right now?
Man, that's the thing that really sucks about what we do is NDAs, non-disclosure agreements, man. We got to sign at the end of the session. So until it comes out, mum's the word unless we get express permission to write about it. But, man, tweeting something before you have permission is like a death sentence. It's like, you'll get blacklisted or that's not good. So if you see someone on social media talking about a project they're working on, chances are they got permission to say
it. Yeah, of course.
Show a picture in the booth, a boothie, as they say.
Well, that's kind of what Mark Hamill did with The Killing Joke. He just showed a picture. I was like, wait.
Yeah, I will bet you more than anything that even Mark Hamill has to sit there and ask Warner Brothers, it's like, hey, can I put this on my Instagram? Or it's like, go ahead. Yeah. The fans know. They just know everything. Gotcha.
So I appreciate you for answering those questions, and thank you for your time, man.
Thank you very much.
Kyle Hebert, everyone.
It's Gohan from Dragon Ball Z. Let's train sometime. Except we gotta watch it on the sensu beans, because they make you fart.